are going to discuss about view model. So guys, view model mainly help you to store your data throughout the life cycle of our activity or fragments. So normally it is preferred like do not need to create the objects or the data variables on your activity or fragment, because they are like UI controllers, and its primary intention to manage the UI only. It is not for handling our data. Okay, so if you are creating any data on UI controllers like activity or fragments, so Android OS has the rights to change the configuration anytime it will destroy your activity or fragment. So if it is destroyed, then your data obviously lost and you need to create it again. So it will get created again, right? Suppose you are fetching some data from server in activities on create method or inside your fragments, right? So it is a server related task. May post the data, as well as it may take some time to fetch the data. And after fetching data, if you are storing that data with your activity or fragments object, then obviously it is somewhat risky, because suppose if your activity lost or activity destroyed by Android OS, then your data will get lost. So you need to fetch that again when the activity is recreated. Okay, but view model is something smarter, right? So its life cycle is managed throughout the activities life cycle. It is available from activities on create to on destroy. Okay, so if your data is inside view model, then it will not get destroyed if your activity destroyed. Okay, or if your fragment get destroyed, then also view model data is available, right? So you can use that data anytime your activity is recreated. Okay, so that is the advantage of view model, and it is very much helpful when if you are thinking to create a MVVM type of architecture with Android application. So in that case is MVVM. So last part VM stands for view model. Okay, so view model is very much important, and it is a part of Android architecture. Okay, so let's start the coding. So here first of all I will show you without view model what the problems you might have. So first of all we will test without view model, and then after we will test the application with view model. So let's start the coding. First of all we need to create activity with text view and button. So here in my Android Studio I already have the Hello World application. So inside my activity, let me create text view and button with linear layout. So here you can see I will replace my constraint layout with linear layout, and orientation vertical, and gravity center. Okay, and this text view I will replace with my new code with wrap content and ID TV count. So we are going to display some counter value here, and one button I will create here with text property increment. Okay, next we need to set the ID for our button. Okay, we also going to have view binding here, so we do so it will be easier for us. So let me write build features view binding true. Okay, so if you are not aware about view binding, I will suggest you to watch my view binding video. And sync now, sync the project. So we have done with text view and button. We have declaration inside activities layout file. Next we will have counter variable and display the counter variable value inside our text view. So inside our activity Java file, here I will declare first of all activity main binding instance, as we have enabled the view binding. Okay, next we can set the binding dot get root here, and we are going to create one private integer count variable here with initial value 1, and here I can set that value inside our text view TV count dot set text count count. Okay, next we are going to create buttons click event. Third step, buttons click event, and we will increment the value of count and display with text view. So let's have binding dot button increment dot set on click listener, and incrementing the counter variable and display the value again inside our text view. So this is simple example. We have one counter variable and we are incrementing the value with buttons click event, and let's check the output with this much coding. So guys, you can see here count value we have here in output, and if I click on increment button, then it is incrementing the value. Okay, and now what happens if I change the orientation? Here you can see we have change orientation, rotate right, rotate left. So I am changing the orientation. So guys, you can see if I change the orientation, my counter variable again initialized to 1. Okay, so it is not persisting my value if I change the orientation. That means if I configuration get changed here. Okay, so again you can see if I change the orientation, it is come back to 1 value, right? So we need to continue our value if I change the orientation even. Okay, so in that case view model can help you. So let's start and check the output with view model. So with view model we need to create a class by extending the view model class. So here I am going to create a class with the name counter view model, and we will extend this view model class here. It is a part of Android X lifecycle. Okay, and next we are going to create one variable inside this class. So it will be wrapped by mutable live data. That is again inbuilt class we have with Android X lifecycle. So let's create mutable live data, and inside this mutable live data we will declare the type integer. So whatever your data type is, you can wrap with mutable live data, and name it counter. Next I am going to create getter setter method here. Okay, and return type, instead of mutable live data we can set live data, which is a super class of mutable live data. Okay, so we will set the return type live data here, and while setting up the counter we don't have we don't want the parameter here. Okay, we will set the counter by incrementing the existing value. For that we can write our own logic here. Okay, and get counter, it is okay, but get counter we will confirm whether the counter variable is ready or not. For that we can write the condition here, if counter double equal to null. So first time if you are calling get counter, then obviously it will be null, and if it is null then we need to create it. So we will create new mutable live data and set initial value with the set value method here. You can see with mutable live data you will get the set value method, and here we can pass the initial value. So with this initial value it will return first time whenever we call this get counter method, and inside this set counter we need to increment the existing value. Okay, so how can we increment this existing value? So we can write counter dot set value and counter dot get value plus 1. Okay, just like set value we will have the get value, it will return the existing value, and we will increment with 1. Okay, so this is how getter and setter method we have ready here. So now we are not going to handle this counter variable inside our activity. Instead we are going to handle it by view model class. Okay, so next coding you can see we need to create instance of our view model, and then after we can call that getter setter method as per our requirement. So to create the instance of view model, we can create with the help of view model provider class. Okay, so let me write the code here to create the instance of my counter view model equal to new view model provider dot, okay, view model provider, and inside the bracket you can see we need to pass owner. Okay, you can see view model providers. Okay, just a minute. View model provider, and inside the bracket we can pass this. So guys, here you can see I'm not getting the view model provider with owner and owner comma factory, right? So it is asking me for two parameters, but we can also continue with single parameter. For that we need to add dependencies in our application. So dependency you can search on the Google, like Android X lifecycle, right? So you can search on the Google and you will get this dependency here. Okay, you can also find this dependency in our description. So let me copy this version first of all, and inside our module app Gradle file, paste here. Next we will add these two libraries, two dependencies here. Other dependency are not required, so I'm just adding these two dependencies. First one is lifecycle view model and second one is lifecycle live data, and sync the application. So once the sync process is completed, you can see only single owner parameter we can pass, and for that we can pass this keyword here as we are working in activity. So activity will be owner, and once the model object is ready, we can call the get method here. Okay, inside the get method we can pass our model class name, so that is counter view model dot class. Okay, so view model instance is ready, and then after we can call our getter method. So we can write view model dot get counter. It will return live data. Return type we have set here live data. So with live data we can call the observe method here, and inside the observer method you can pass owner again, so that will be our activity, and observer interface we need to implement. So here I can write new observer, and on change method will get override. So observe method, it is like it will check continuously if any time our value get changed. Okay, it will get here. Okay, it will read here, and that updated value you will receive here. So inside this method we can set our counter value. Here you can see it is returning the value which we wrap with mutable live data. So you can also change the name integer value, and that value I will display here. Okay, so initially first time it will return with the initial value, and next time you can see we have the button increment click event ready. So inside this button click event I will write view model dot set counter. Okay, inside the set counter we are incrementing the value, and as we increment the value it will automatically detected here with the observer method, so we don't need to read again. Okay, so it will automatically read the value. With this coding, let's check the output. So guys, you can see here our application runs successfully, and if I increment the value and change the orientation, then there is no value get initialized to 1. Okay, so you can see counter value continue with our updated value, right? So if we are incrementing again and again, we are changing the orientation, it will continue with the updated value. Okay, so that is a advantage we have with view model. It continue persist our value, If our activity even get destroyed and recreated, view model will not have any effect. It is totally separate than our UI screens, right? UI components, that is activity and fragment. So we mostly prefer that you keep view model separate, and inside the view model declare your variable data, right? So it will continue throughout your activities life cycle or fragments anywhere. Okay guys, so I hope you like this video. Do not forget to subscribe our channel and also like and comment on this video. Thank you so much guys.